Hello, I am King Keith with True Success Hub. So, what if your ability to persuade was so powerful? You could sell a raincoat in a desert and the buyer would thank you for it. Yet, there you are, watching opportunities pass you by. Your pitches fall flat and your leads slip through the cracks. You know your product has value, you know your ideals could change lives, but for some reason, your message doesn't land and your audience isn't moved. You're closed and you're stuck in a rut. Let's be honest. If you could really sell anytime and anything to anyone, you wouldn't be strolling for advice. You'll be strolling for impact. Now, I know you mastered your craft, but you didn't master the psychology behind sales. So, this is what's holding you back. Let's fix that because talent without persuasion is like a brilliant book that no one ever reads. Now, why selling feels so hard? Selling isn't just about offering something valuable, it's about getting people to care. And that's where most people stumble. The product is solid, the intention is pure, but the delivery doesn't land. Why? Because buyers aren't moved by features, they're moved by feelings. And in a crowded, distracted marketplace, you're not just competing with other sellers, you're also competing with your audience attention span. Now, here's what makes it even harder. You're always second guessing yourself mid pitch. You have to stop that. You're avoiding rejection. So you dilute the offer. You speak about your product instead of speaking to people about their lives. You try to persuade too soon without building connection. You know how I know? Because I've been there. I can relate. I know the frustration of pinching something that you thought was good that would help somebody to watching it fall flat, feeling that kind of knot in your chest after a failed close, wondering if your product, your price, or is it just you? You don't know what's going on. Now, trust me, I work with brand creators and consultants who spent years trying to rework it and tweak it, still to fall short. So, if that's you, you're not alone and you're not broken. But here's the hard truth: you can't sell anything, anytime. It's not because you're not smart or talented. It's because you haven't mastered the emotional psychology of persuasion and negotiation yet. Now, let me walk you through it. Let's change that. Are you ready? The secret sauce: persuasion plus negotiation in sales. So let's take a deeper look into this, okay? Now, persuasion gets them interested, but negotiation gets them committed. Selling isn't a sprint to the finish line, it's a two-part dance. Persuasion being the first part, which is the emotional and the strategic. It activates desire, trust, and urgency. The second part of the dance is negotiations, which is technical. It turns interest into agreement by navigating objections without killing momentum. The true truth: most people treat sales like a transaction, but now that you know better, time to treat it as a transformation. And that means mastering persuasion in negotiations isn't optional, it's essential. Quick story. I want to tell a story about Rihanna and Benny Empire. Work. When Rihanna launched Benny Beauty back in 2017, it wasn't just another celebrity makeup line. It was a cultural movement. But behind the glow up was a masterclass in persuasion and negotiation. Allow me to explain. Rihanna didn't pitch foundation shade. She pitched representation. Her hook, beauty for all. Instead of selling products, she sold a movement, an emotional, connected with the people, and she sold millions. Her campaign wasn't about the product, it was more about the people. The persuasion in the product, in the specs, in the identity, all align with herself. Now, the emotional trigger, inclusion, validation, and visibility is what made her successful. Her strategic framing, the product wasn't the hero, the consumer was the hero. Now, negotiation, power move that she played when she negotiated Finney in the distribution, she didn't settle for niche placement. She wanted the best. She wanted prestige placement and she wanted prestige accessibility. She persuaded Safona to feature Finney in the front center, prime shelf, full rollout, no BS. She wanted the front, no compromises, right? So she didn't lead with desperation. She led with leverage because she knew she had a global fan base. So she used that leverage. She had a vision that aligned with her emerging beliefs in society demands. She had proof of concept from the other ventures that she did, of course, the music, the fashion, and the fragrances. See what I mean? By flipping the script, Rihanna made it to the top shelf, and now she's on to $1 billion empire. The lesson here, you don't have to sell like Rihanna, but here's what you will need to do. You need to have a mission that resonates. You need to learn to use persuasive storytelling that evokes emotion. You need to learn negotiation strategies that center your value. Now, here's what I can do for you, okay? I want to tell you the true truth and give you some tips to sell anything, anytime. All right? Listen up. Number one, sell the outcome, not the object. People don't buy books or coaching, they buy the life that comes after that. Okay? And what the book is going to do for you. Number two, start with their story, not your story. Position your offer inside of their pain, inside of their dreams, and use their language. Three, learn how to create emotional urgency. Facts inform, emotions move, tap into fear or the thought of missing out, the hope for change, and the longing for redemption. Once again, use social proof that resonates. Show that others have been transformed, not just satisfied. Use testimony snippets that highlight specific, emotional, or financial wins. Master the objection before they say it. Don't wait for them to raise doubt. Answer it inside of the pitch. Always close with clarity and always close with confidence. Be direct, but don't be pushy. An example, you know you need this. The only question is, will you act now or will you regret it later? So, this is your moment. Don't let it pass you by. If you ever struggle to explain your value, if you ever pitch your heart out only to hear crickets, and if you know you were born to impact, to influence, and to inspire, but it just didn't come across and you just couldn't close the deal, then sell anything, anytime isn't just a book. It's your blueprint to a financial breakthrough. Learn how to tap into persuasion that make people lean in. Master negotiation that turn hesitation into yes. Build an unstoppable brand with confidence that you have to ability to sell yourself, to sell your vision, and to sell your product anytime, anywhere. The truth, you can't afford to keep guessing and you can't afford to miss out. Opportunities are not patient, and the skills you need are right here waiting inside of these pages. Buy the book, change the game, become the seller they never saw coming. Your audience is ready. Now, make sure you are. TrueTruthSuccessHub.com.